الرحمن الرحیم وصلی اللہ علی النبی الکریم رب اشرح لی صدری ویسر لی امری واحلل عقدۃ من لسانی یفقہوا قولی. The theme for the present talk is multi-religious society and Islam. The Islamic formula, the Islamic principle in this regard is very simple and at the same time quite natural. It can be stated, this formula can be stated in two simple words. Follow one and respect all. Follow one and respect all. This formula is a universal formula. The whole universe is following this formula. You see, there are numerous stars in the space. Every star is moving continuously. But there is no confrontation between different stars. Why? Because all the stars have adopted the principle of non-interference. Non-interference. All stars are moving, but they are moving strictly following their own orbits eternally. No star try to enter into the other orbit. So there is no star war. This kind of voice you can hear in human world. They speak star war. But among stars there is no star war. No star war at all. So this is the universal formula. How to live in a diverse conditions. So the whole universe is following this formula of tolerance, formula of non-interference. It is this formula that is required by men and women also. Every human being must follow this formula. This formula can be stated in these words that art of difference management. There are differences everywhere in the world, but every part of the world is following this formula. They always try to manage the differences rather than eliminate the differences. According to my study, difference is not an evil. Difference is a positive part of our society. It is intolerance that is evil. Intolerance is an negative part of our society, but difference is not. So, if you want to eliminate, you have to eliminate the intolerance rather than difference. People must follow the principle of tolerance. It is very important. This is why it is this formula that I have stated earlier. Follow one and respect all. This formula is demonstrated everywhere in the world. See the rose plant. You know, every branch, on its every branch, there are flowers. At the same time, there are thorns. But there is no quarrel, no confrontation. Thorn always tries to follow the principle of tolerance, and also flower also tries to follow the principle of tolerance. So there is no confrontation between the two. Flowers and thorns both are living side by side at a single branch of the rose plant. This is the natural formula. You know, after the Second World War, Canada adopted the formula of unilateralism regarding culture. There are different communities in Canada, so there are different cultures in Canadian society. So they wanted to unify all the cultures. So they adopted the formula of uniculturalism. But they failed. Then they revised the situation, they reassessed the situation, and they abandoned that formula. So instead of uniculturalism, they adopted another formula that is based on the principle of multiculturalism. That is based on the principle of tolerance. So is the case of United States. You know, after the Second World War, America is also a society of different culture and different religions. So Americans wanted to unify between different groups. So they adopted a formula which is called, in American history, Americanization. They wanted to Americanize all those cultures, all those communities, but they also failed. So they abandoned this concept and they adopted the same formula which was adopted by Canadians, that is multiculturalism. So this is the only natural formula in this regard. People always talk in such a way that difference is an evil, and how one can live in differences. They say that we want to build an integral personality. So, if you want to build an integral personality, you have to eliminate all these differences. But this is wrong. This is wrong. Difference is not an hindrance towards this scheme. One Western thinker has rightly said that I am large enough to contain all these contradictions. I would like to say that man is large enough to contain all these differences. So difference is not an evil. Instead, it is a blessing. Why? Because difference creates dialogue, discussion. And without dialogue, without discussion, there is no development. The only way to intellectual development is dialogue and discussion and intellectual exchange. So, in this sense, difference is a positive part of society. Difference is a blessing. It is the way of nature. It is the process of nature. Nature wants to promote differences because it is difference that creates challenge, competition, dialogue, intellectual exchange. All these things are part of differences. Without part, there is no challenge, there is no competition, there is no intellectual exchange. So, in a society without difference, you cannot promote intellectual development. And you know, intellectual development is the most important part of human being. The greatest blessing or greatest asset is intellectual development. And without difference, there is no intellectual development. So, if you want to try to eliminate intolerance rather than difference. You know, you cannot fight nature. You cannot go against the nature. You have no choice except to adopt the course of nature. So difference is a course of nature. Everyone is born Mr. Different, and every woman is born Miss Different. The difference is everywhere in the world. Your personality is a different personality from others. So how you can change this natural scheme? It is wrong to take the difference as an evil. Then those people who try to establish that all the religions are true. These are philosophical idea. It is not a religious idea. It is a romantic idea. It is not a religious idea. Because when you study different religions, you will find that every religion has some different kind of ideas, different kind of belief system, different kind of so every religion is a different religion. And I can say that if the world we live in is if every part of the world is different, so religion is not an exception. So how you can eliminate all those differences? Then I would like to say that if you try to prove that all the religions are one and the same, all the religions are true, this is bound to bring about a negative result, because this kind of thinking will deprive people from the conviction. If you believe that every woman is your mother, then motherhood will disappear. You have to believe that this lady is my mother. Otherwise, you will lose your conviction in your mother. You cannot say that all women are my mother equally. This kind of thinking, this kind of thinking will kill the concept of motherhood. So is the case of religion. You know what is religion? Religion is simply a culture. Religion is a source of conviction. Religion is an expression of truth. Religion is an expression of truth. And it is truth that gives you conviction. So split conviction is nothing. If you believe that every religion is true, then you will be deprived of conviction. You have to have conviction that I am living on truth, the truth, with a capital T. The concept of the truth gives you conviction. Without conviction, you cannot live in this world. Every man needs conviction, and it is the concept of truth that gives you conviction. So all those people who try to prove that every religion is true, there is no difference in religions, all the religions are equal, this kind of thinking is disastrous. Disastrous, because this kind of thinking will take away your conviction in truth. So as you cannot think that every woman is your mother, so you cannot think that every religion is true. So the concept of the truth with the capital T is a natural concept. There is no doubt about it. Because the basic thing is conviction. And only this concept can give you conviction. So I can say that the formula of religious harmony is based on difference management. Formula of harmony among religions is based on difference management rather than eliminating the differences. So it is very important to know that we are living in a world that was created by God. World is not our creation. The creation plan was set by God, not by man. So we have no option other than to accept the scheme of God, the creation plan of God. If God created world with differences, everywhere there are differences in stars, in planets, in mountains, in oceans, in animals. So there are differences among people also. So the whole world is living on a formula of difference management rather than eliminating the difference. So how you can build a world? How you can build an island? It's not possible for you to build an island. We have to adopt the same formula which is established by God in the rest of the universe. And this formula is based on this simple principle: follow one and respect all. And also it is very important to know that difference is not an evil. This difference is the only way of development and progress. So it is difference that creates new issues. Difference enhances your creativity. Without difference, without difference, there will be stagnation, intellectual stagnation. If you try to eliminate differences, it means that you are trying to make people stagnant in terms of thinking. So when you want to build a society, a healthy society, you have to, first of all, you have to know what is the creation plan of God, what is the scheme of the Creator. So you have to seek adjustment rather than confrontation. Other than adjustment, there is no choice for us. No choice at all. If we are not ready to accept the scheme of the scheme of the God, scheme of God, if we are not ready to accept the scheme of God, we have to create another universe. We have to create another world. That is impossible for us. So those people who talk in terms of eliminating the differences, they are living in utopia. They are living in utopia. They are living in romanticism. They are living in philosophical imagination. They are ignoring the laws of nature. They are ignoring the scheme of God. Then I would like to add one more point, that God wants to make us creative. God wants to make us creative. God wants to inculcate creative thinking in every human being. What is creative thinking? It is to create new ideas. One aspect of creativity is that you have to convert negative into positive. It is God's scheme that in our world there are so many unpleasant situations. There are provocation. There are so many things that are against our desires. So why this? It is also a part of divine scheme. I always say that a cow is a demonstration of God's scheme in this regard. You know what is cow? Cow is a divine industry. You know, cow takes grass and returns milk. So cow is a divine history. So cow is a divine industry which is able to convert non-milk into milk. Cow is a miraculous industry which is able to convert non-milk into milk. So is required by man also. It is divine scheme that you have to face negativity in our society, provocation, unpleasant situations. But you have to follow the course that is adopted by cow. You have to turn the negative experience into positive result. You have to face negative experience with the determination to convert it into a positive result. This is the God's scheme. God is giving a demonstration. God is giving a demonstration in the form of cow. Cow is a God's demonstration. Cow is giving you a lesson. you are required also to turn non-milk into milk. You are required also to turn negativity into positivity. So difference is a God's blessing. Difference is a test paper for you. By producing differences, God wants to see whether you are able to face these differences and convert it into a positive result. So this is the true formula of life. This is the true formula of life in this regard. So we are destined to live in diversity. We are destined to live in a multicultural society. It is our destiny. We cannot change the course set by God Himself. We have to accept it. And we have to prove ourselves that we can convert negative into positivity. And you know, God has given you a great treasure, that is your mind. Mind is an unlimited treasure. In every brain there are 100 million, billion particles. So every brain, every mind has enormous capacity, unlimited capacity. So why complain? Why protest? Your Creator has given you enormous capacity to manage the differences. Creator has given you enormous capacity to convert the unpleasant situation into present situation. What is required is patience and tolerance. You have to be patient. You have to be tolerant. Now, what is patience and what is tolerance? It is to think positively. Patience is the only another name of positive thinking. Patience is only the other name of positive thinking, and impatience is only the other name of negative thinking. So you have to prove a positive person, a man of positive thinking. This is a trial, this is a test for you. You have to save yourself from being negative thinker. You have to try to be. You have always try to prove yourself a positive thinker. This target can only be achieved by managing the differences. And if you try to eliminate the differences, you will disrupt all the fabric set by God in this world. So, according to my experience, difference is a blessing, a great blessing. Great blessing. It is not an evil. All those people who tried to eliminate the difference, they failed. They failed. Because he tried to eliminate the course of nature. And who can change the course of nature? In India, the greatest leader of India, Mahatma Gandhi, wanted to establish a society, a harmonious society in India after the freedom. But unfortunately, he was shot dead in 1948. Before his death, he declared what was his mission in post-independent India. He said, Hindus or Muslims must live. Hindus or Muslims must learn to live in harmony. Harmony. He never said that they must eliminate all those differences in terms of culture, in terms of religion. Mahatma Gandhi never said like this, that you have to eliminate all those differences that are prevalent in India in terms of culture, in terms of language, in terms of religion. Instead, he said that Hindus or Muslims should learn to live together in peace and harmony. Otherwise, I should die in the attempt. So this is the best mission for Indian leaders and Indian thinkers. We must try to train people in such a way that they may live in our society, in our multicultural society, multi-religious society, with peace and harmony. We have to educate people. We have to train people. We have to make people understand that this is the only way of progress and development. You know, there are many, many differences in our society, but don't try to eliminate these differences. But try to make people understand that difference is a part of nature, part of life. So you have to inculcate the spirit of tolerance, spirit of peaceful living, spirit of adjustment, and this is the only way to success. May God bless you. May God help you realize this noble cause.